I thought I was over the trauma. I'm not. I'm really not. I keep on thinking about it, and making constant live streams about the shit is not gonna help anything. It's gonna make it more worse, and nobody's gonna pay attention. You're just gonna skip through everything. So I might as well make a video about it, because she can't get away with this shit anymore, and she can't lie out of her ass anymore. I need to make a video about this, because this is the only way I can get everybody to pay attention. And I'm so sorry for talking about it over and over and over. I know I will get help soon, okay? Just bear with me, guys, okay? So, I'm gonna show you a few screenshots of where all this actually happened, how it happened, and just uncover my name and just be done with it. You all might be thinking, well, is this unnecessary? You might be right, it is unnecessary, but I need to talk about this again. It's because this is just getting on my mind, my nerves, and everything that she does. She's just lying so fucking much out of her ass. And knowing that things don't get solved when if this continues nonstop and she's making people believe her side with lies. I'm not saying she's lying out of her ass. Some things that she said, well, of course it happened, but most of the stuff recently that she's been telling people is not true. Y'all might be thinking, oh, who am I talking about? Who's this person? Well, it's not other than Serpy Tunes, or I like to call her Serpy for short for this reason. You might be wondering, but Brooke, you did multiple live streams about her. Why you're bringing her up again? Well, it's because nobody has been paying attention to my live streams, especially when I am leaking evidence of her doing this shit. And lately nobody's been looking into the live streams, and I feel so disappointed that I need to make a video about it. Hopefully this video will reach a lot of people and make them believe that she's doing this shit out of impact, and she doesn't even know what damage she's causing. She's probably causing more mental damage than she did before. So let's bring up the accusations against my name. Actually, let's just bring up the first ever thing that came into my mind. During this time, this was in January, I was in a relationship with Universe 69 at the time, and we were good friends. All of us were just good friends. And this started with a Discord group that I created. It was my first ever server. So this started with my first ever server, and I invited her into my server. You know, we were friends, you know. And then one day when I told everybody in my group that I was sick, she panicked out of nowhere. And then my sister got mad at her and decided to tell her not to panic because it's not COVID. She thought it was COVID, but it really wasn't. It was just allergies that got me. And then me and my sister got into a fight onto the Discord. It was embarrassing, but this is the first part that actually had red flags into this. And I will tell you, The fight between me and my sister was not good at all. I had to punish myself for the way I treated her and all the other shit, how I vented about her behind her back, and how, and during when I was venting, she attacked my sister out of the blue. She attacked her. She told her that bipolar was no excuse, even though I kept telling people in my channel that there's always a spectrum between mental health. There's always going to be a spectrum. It doesn't matter if it's autism or not. There's always going to be a spectrum. We're still going to try to figure out if she actually has bipolar or anything of the sort. So she kept saying that, oh, don't use your bipolar as an excuse, when we don't even know if she's bipolar or not. I honestly think that it was just self-diagnosing. She was self-diagnosing herself. She can't tell if she has it or not. So, yeah, we are well aware, and she can't do that. Second thing about this whole entire thing is that once I feel bad, I had to delete my Discord, my first ever Discord group, because I abused my power and I felt like I did something wrong and I shouldn't be able to do it. But the thing is that after I announced that, Serpy was pretty pissed. She didn't want me deleting my channel. She didn't want me deleting my Discord server. That's what I mean by that. And I told her it was my choice, and it was my punishment, honestly, because I did something wrong. And when I do something wrong, I gotta punish myself for it. I gotta think and actually punish myself for it, because I was a fool. And after I did that, me and her were just going at it again. We were arguing up and down, and she would not let me explain shit. So, I wish I had screenshots of my old server back in those days, but I don't. I wish I would just went back and got them, but I really didn't. And if you talk to anybody that was on that server, like, would just say Sarah for existence, like my friend I Am Sarah Lyons, they will say that she was constantly, she was just constantly typing shit, and she would not let me speak. I dare you, go ask them. They will also inform you with that shit. And after, when she kept on typing and typing and typing, I thought, okay, this is annoying. I need to delete my server now. So I did that. And the whole entirety of it was, her playing the victim card, saying that, I didn't mean to mess up on everything. She was asking for, like, positive quotes and all that other shit, even though I didn't do anything. I just deleted my server because I thought it was a good idea to delete it, because, like I said before, if I did something bad, I need to punish myself. And when I was at her server at time, she was talking shit behind my sister's back and saying how abusive my family was towards me, and how my mom was and all the other shit. Which is, that's not true. It's not true. I might be 21, still stuck home, but still. My mom wants to look out for me. I completely understand that. Especially when you're living in a house with your parents and they want you to be okay. So I accept that. Now, when I vented about my sister again in her Discord this time, she went off the hedge. And yes, I made a second mistake. I thought I would learn from my first mistake, but I didn't. I still wanted to see how people can, be with my sister. So I thought she would be an expert or something. I thought I could trust her. When I'm venting about my sister and all that shit. But this time she did not take that lightly. She started talking shit about her. She started talking shit about my family right in front of me. Even though I was just venting. And the things that she said were, just horrible. I thought I can trust her. I thought I can trust her. I owned her my trust with my venting. But I was wrong. She's not someone to look up to when you're venting. And then when I gave her my peace of mind after she randomly starts, typing on the computer, acting like some keyboard warrior, I was trying to get my input, and she wouldn't let me. She was talking over me. And she was constantly typing. I wish I could prove to you guys about that, but again, I'm on her server. Really am. And I got so defensive that I said, don't talk shit about my sister. Don't talk shit about my family. And she continued, and she said, oh, you need to go get help. You need help. You need to go get therapy. Ray. Go contact a hotline or something. When I know that hotlines don't actually get back to you immediately because they're so busy. When I know that therapy actually causes money on internet. When I already know that nobody will be on the line because they got so much people in desperate need. And speaking of desperate need, this is the pandemic we're talking about. So after that, I didn't want to deal with this shit anymore, and I told her to stop. Told her to stop typing immediately and just hear what I have to say. She did not do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving your server. I'm so sick of the brutal attitude you got into between me and my venting. I knew I shouldn't trust you and all that other shit. Well, actually, I was like, I'm so sick of everybody talking shit. I'm so sick of people talking shit about my sister. I'm so sick of everybody talking shit about me. And then I left. And after that, I thought I was done. Getting away from that server was just a bit breathtaking. It was breathtaking, but I still had her onto my friends thing, my contacts, my friend contacts at that time. And she texted me. And she told me exactly the same wording before. And I had to tell her exactly why I completely shut down on her. Because she wouldn't stop. The first apology went backfire. Because during that first apology, when I was apologizing to her, she tried bringing up my personal business, my personal business, like what I do, and she's comparing me to another user, even though our different rarities were, even though the similarities are just different. Whatever you do, do not compare somebody that's like that to you, basically, because there's basically a difference between that. And when she was doing that shit, I had to tell her most personal shit of why I can't get out of the house, why I can't get help, of why I can't go to a mental hospital, and why my sister can't get help right now. She made me say all these things to her, and I can tell you, she said sorry about it. Even though she's using it against me. You should never use personal information against somebody. Unless if it's serious. The next thing that happened is that, well, when I finally created my other Discord group, I said I was done actually doing Discord groups, but then I wanted to create another one and promise myself that I would not vent about my sister ever again onto it. So I did that. But then I told everybody that Serpy was not allowed on there. And the reason why. And I even put it onto my DeviantArt. I told only one person is not allowed. So there was this one guy named Derp. He went over to my profile, to my Discord profile, and said, "Just one person?" And I'm like, what's so funny about that? And of course, him being a dick, he said some LBGT swear, and I had to block him, and I vented about that onto my Discord group. So when I vented about it, we all thought it was Serpy. We all thought it was her, which was a big mistake. And we don't really have evidence she actually did it or not. We can't actually trace if it was her account. So we all thought she did it. But after that, she started getting her white names at me and saying that one of them will destroy me, and I had to tell my friend about it because it was getting out of hand. And my friend told Serpy about it. It turns out that Serpy made a freaking status update about it, even though this was dealt with in Discord. This was a mistake I did on my part, and I will never forgive myself for that shit. This was really stupid of me, and I do apologize for whatever damage I caused onto that. So I decided to apologize again to her, since my birthday was around the corner at that time, which was February. And yes, I said we can move forward from it, meaning we can just forget about it and just not look back at it and not mention it again. When I mean by my words like that, I meant it like that. So I decided to apologize to everyone that I hurt on her Discord server with a journal that is now deleted. And I wish I can have a screenshot of that journal, the proof that I actually did apologize for what I did. But at the same time, after I apologized, on the 11th of that day, actually on the 10th, I apologized on the 10th, mind you, and I told her exactly on the 3rd of February that we can just move forward and not talk about it again. She brought it up on my birthday as a horrible ass reminder. This was not supposed to be the day of where I'm reminded about my mistakes. This was supposed to be the day where I celebrate the day that I was born. Not reminded of my mistake. And so I hinted to her that the status needs to be deleted. I tried hinting to her about it. She never fucking listened. Instead, all I got was, well, happy birthday. Keep moving forward. That's all I got. And now she's making this claim that she didn't even know about my birthday, even though I asked her for an art trade that was due last year about our birthday. Me and my sister's birthday, of course. So around February, after my birthday has passed, I tried getting people to be aware of her. I tried telling people that she will do this to you if you apologize to her or anything. She would just bring up your mistakes, especially when you don't want them to be there, or you don't want them mentioned again. Or especially on your birthday. So after that, I started getting backlash from her white knights. Her white knights started unfollowing me and freaking they were making me look bad, so I had to delete my entire DeviantArt. And then after I broke up with Wolf Universe 69 because due to lack of emotions and all the other shit, she didn't care about me. I just found out that Serpy admitted herself that she was trying to get her out of there. She was trying to get her out of my relationship. Turns out she was the third party of all this shit. I was so goddamn mad when I found that out. Did a live stream about it, of course. I was so pissed. So, basically right now, she's just using my personal information. Well, half of it, actually. I didn't give out any more I didn't give her my social security or whatever, my address. All I know is that she's using half of my personal information about my family and how they treat me as, a human being for her defense. And how they see me as, like, a horrible person behind a screen. Even though I'm not really. I mean, yes, I can screw up. I can still make mistakes and fucking screw up on everything. But I'm human. I'm fucking human. Everybody makes mistakes. Even the smallest ones. But right now, what she's doing is just personally attacking me. Telling people about almost everything that I know. And having my personal information. Luckily, I didn't give her my address or anything. Like, my personal... I think y'all understand what I mean by having my personal details. I'm just saying, beware of her. It's best not to be friends with her. If you like this person, then I'm sorry. I don't. I just want you to beware of her shady actions, of what she's been doing, her lies, her disgusting mouth, everything. And right now she's throwing more lies and everything. It's making me feel bad, and not only feel bad, it's traumatizing me. It really is. It brought me to a point where I'm depressed. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't even stop thinking about my relationship and what I used to have, and she took half of my reputation and destroyed it like that. Honestly. And how do I know it's personally damaging me? Well, because words hit like a bullet. It doesn't even matter if you're off screen or not. Words can still affect you, no matter what the consequences are. So, if you're dealing with this kind of abuse, just come talk to me, honestly. Or talk to somebody that's there for you, or talk to a friend. Or if you still have therapy, talk to them. Talk to a therapist. Right now, I can't get any help yet because still, I'm just letting you guys know. Beware of this person. So, I guess this is all I have to say, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, I'm sorry if it's not your dramatic PSA video or whatever. You just need to get this out. everything will be linked in the description, evidence, proof, facts, everything. So, yeah. See you guys in the next video. Peace.